I am Bridget Amara, and I have been the project manager for the most recent ended project, Livelihood and Food Security for Vulnerable People in Sierra Leone, wherein women in the Pujan district were impoverished, marginalized, not enlightened because of the poor conditions in which they were living. These women, during the assessment survey, they were not exposed to doing anything profitable for themselves. They used to go to the farm, at the end of the day, come back to the house. That was their normal way, that was their routine. So we introduced these women to small micro enterprising. So some of their local stuff, like cassava, I trained them how to preserve cassava to become cassava powder, gari, fufu, their hot pepper, all these local resources were from them. We didn't spend money to buy. And then I introduced to them small entrepreneurship. That when you do these things, and then at the end of the day, you go and sell, you'll be able to make some money. So with this kind of money, you'll be able to support your partner in the management of the home, so that at the end of the day, your children and every member of that household benefits. And we also spoke to them about some gender issues, gender laws, that women as well as men are very, very important in development. The two of them are to work side by side. Now, these people with whom we started 2004, most of them have now their businesses. Most of them have been employed to train in other apprenticeship schemes by other organizations. So we are able to make impacts there. And then moving forward, I became women's supervisor for the Skills Training Center at the Bo Center. In the Skills Training Center, we encourage teenage mothers, girls who have missed out of schools because they thought that was the end. They thought they were not going to make it up in life. So they were encouraged. And then we brought them to the center. We provided a 2-year training course for them. And the training we did involved garadine, soap making, baking, tailoring, etc., etc. These people, initially, they thought they have finished. They thought they have no hope. After their 2-year training, some were able to set up their businesses. Some were able to carry out similar training other people. And some were recruited by other people. When I started working with these women, most of the time they shy away, they move away, because of the cultural practices. Some of the cultural practices I discovered were those that women are to take back seats. The voice of a woman should not be heard. Men are to be decision makers at all levels. There were restrictions to women's activities in the communities. This is a cultural practice that can hinder development. We have to influence it to ensure that women also have a space. And we started carrying out some advocacy, talking to the chiefs, talking to the men, that we should encourage our women to participate in the meeting. So whenever we are having a meeting now, we always allow we give chance. I say, men, let's give chance to our women. And women, they talk. They were talking salient points, especially when it comes to decision-making at household level. They will talk how they have been marginalized, how their men were not treating them well, how their men used to abuse them. They talk. And the most recent project that has just come to an end, the Livelihood and Food Security for Vulnerable People. This was a project that was assigned to reduce poverty and increase food security. And the project was 70% women and 30% men. The women we have worked with so far are so proud of themselves now. They can stand out to say, when MAPCO started with me, I have nothing, but today I have a saving of 300,000 of my own. I now make meaningful contribution to my home. My children now go to school. I provide 3 meals for my children. My husband is now proud of me. So the women gradually, they are being removed from that poor, impoverished situation. Now they are taking actions for their own livelihood. They are taking action for their own entitlements. Only that, there are other communities around, which we refer to as satellite communities. They also are eager to come on board for us to work with them. But because of the targets that was set for the project so far, we've not been able to reach out to other satellite communities. The demand is so much on us. Also, in our dealing with these rural people, functional literacy is very key. I remember when we went out to do the midterm review, one of the trainees, that is a woman said, when my children used to go to school, he said, when they fail, I don't know. When they pass, I don't know. He said, but with what MAPCO has taught me, the functional adult literacy, they have taught me promoted, PROMOTED. He said, when my child brings a report card and then I see that writing, PROMOTED, he said, that is an indication that my child has passed. He said, if I see FAILED, he said, that's an indication that my child has failed. He said, so MAPCO, I thank you very much